And we are live. Hey, concrete girl. Hey.
Why you don't sound all dry? We not let's redo.
And we are
That's
live. Hey,
okay. That's more
concrete.
like it. That's my job. I'm the one who come on here sounding dry. We can't both be dry now. One
I
of us got
feel
to have a little
good.
pep. How's it going?
It's a day. Shit.
It's a day. Oh
Yeah, I'm
gosh.
extra like.
Uh-oh. Well, hopefully, sometimes I get on here and I'm feeling like that, but once I get into the show, then I start feeling a little bit better. It takes my mind off of, whatever has me distracted or feeling some type of way. So hopefully that'll be the case for you.
Oh, God.
We gonna see.
So, I done just called curling. So, I'm on some bullshit.
Be nice, be sweet,
Oh, it's not.
because they're
It's
gonna be
not even
like,
at all. She called
oh,
me.
okay, because they'll be like, see, I told you. I told you. She was, with the BFF and this, that, and the other.
Child, what else
They
is
waiting to
new?
be able to say that about you. But
Child, forever and a day. They'll be all
mhm.
right.
I'm doing good. I am, I'm sure like everybody else, my days are starting to run together because, not leaving the house that often and stuff like that. So my days are starting to run together. I started to set up my laptop and stuff outside because it's been so
Nice.
beautiful. Oh
Right.
my gosh. Like today and yesterday, it was so beautiful. I'm like, I should have set my laptop up outside, but I don't want to get like bit by mosquitoes and stuff. But I think tomorrow I'm going to spray myself down, light my citronella candles, and just
Yes.
go and sit on the deck
Yes. That'll
because
be
it's been
nice.
just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
So
that'll
what
be
else is
good.
new?
Nothing. About to go crazy in the house.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Curling still. Oh, well, are you seeing Curling this weekend?
If he know what's what. No, I'm kidding.
See, here you go. You
You
want to give
trying
folks something to talk about.
to
You want to give folks something to talk about.
run on?
Well, hopefully, since there's not like a whole lot, and I know that, we're supposed to be doing this shelter in place thing, but child, I am grilling out this weekend and I miss my daughters. I miss like I've been in the house with my fiance and stuff, and we'll go out if
How
we
is
have
that
somewhere.
going? You
Yeah,
getting on his
it's
nerves real bad yet?
actually, I keep saying, like, now we have this running joke because of our last show. I keep telling him, like, we ain't gonna make it through the quarantine. So we like play with each other back and forth, whenever like he'll be like, "Ooh, you kind of getting feisty. We ain't gonna make it through the quarantine." And like, because we tease each other a whole lot. But it's like been remarkable. Like, it literally, we get along really well. Like,
Well,
I
that's
mean, like I
always
said,
dope.
we don't get on each other's nerves. I might, do my thing a little bit. He'll let me know, and I'll be like, let me back up and give him a little bit of space. But we've been getting along fine. Like no complaints
Very
at all
nice.
whatsoever. Let me knock on something, cause child, if I get off this phone, if my eye get to jump into something, like
Yo,
I
okay, so
pinch myself.
am I the only one, like, if my left eye twitches,
Mm-hmm.
usually I'm going to get pissed. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean like mad. Like I know it's rare that I get like mad,
Mm-hmm.
but if that left eye jumps,
Sis, you're not the only one. Like, first of all, my family from Mississippi. So yes, if my left eye,
yeah.
but every time it happens like clockwork, I get into it with somebody and it's like not good. So like
Yeah.
there's some truth in that. And I believe in that. Like he teases me because he'll be like, "You're so country," and he's from the Northeast, so he thinks everything I say and do is like country, and I have these superstitions and stuff. But that one is so true. I am telling you, if my left eye get to jumping, I like try to stay out of everybody's way because I know it's coming.
Yes. Yes. And it's never fair. And the crazy thing, it's been happening like that for me for years. If
Oh,
that eye twitches, I'm like,
mm-hmm.
oh, here we go.
Yeah,
And
me
so
too.
I have to kind of take cover, like,
Mm-hmm.
whoo.
Yeah, I start warning folks around me like, "Oh, my left eye jumping," and then he'll be like, "You're crazy, they don't mean nothing." And I mean, just like clockwork, within maybe a day or two, it's like, "Oh, here we go,"
Right. Right.
hmm But hello to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys so much for your support in advance, for stopping by, kicking it with us. Hopefully, y'all will be able to come up and engage because it's going to be a good topic.
Yeah, girl. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
girl. So,
What are we talking about?
do Black women feel betrayed when Black men date? Is it date outside,
Mm-hmm.
date others?
Date outside, date outside of the race. One and the same to me. Yeah. So do sisters feel like betrayed? Do they feel like um, they've somehow been that there's no loyalty, that they've somehow been kind of cast aside when the brothers decide to date out? That's the question that we're going to be answering, or that's the topic that we're going to be discussing. And I'm hoping some of the ladies will come up and join us and chime in and let us know what they feel, because of course we're going to talk about it from our perspectives and talk about what we see, and chime in from our viewpoints. But we want more of the women to come up and engage and kind of maybe they'll be able to set the record straight, at least from their own experiences too.
Yes. So, what do you think about that? How do you feel about it?
Well, the reason this topic came up, and you guys see the thumbnail. This past week, it was revealed that Jeezy proposed to Jeannie Mai back at the end of March, and I, like, all throughout social media, I saw women in an uproar. They were saying, we have, supported him, and why wouldn't he choose to propose to one of his Black baby mamas, or why, what is it about her? I bet you she's never bought a Young Jeezy album in her life. Like, he didn't even propose to Keisha Cole. He, like, and it made me start thinking, like, it made me think about the actual topic that we chose, and I was just kind of surprised to see so many. And I'm talking about, I went on, when we decided to do the topic, I started doing a little more research, and I went on probably 4 or 5 different social or different sites, and it was pretty much the same thing across the board. The overwhelming majority of the women in the comments felt some type of way. They seemed to feel as though, per their comments, it appeared as though they felt like that was some sort of betrayal. And I don't think it's specific to him. I think that that's probably something that Black women feel about men in our culture, that throughout our culture, when they make those decisions.
Um,
What about you? What you thinking?
well, I kind of have mixed feelings about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think if it's a regular schmegular guy, I don't think women really like. I could
Mm-hmm.
care less. Like, I could
Mm-hmm.
care less. Ah,
Mm-hmm.
go
Mm-hmm.
do great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, well, never mind. I ain't gonna get into all that just yet. Because I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I got a feeling I might go there. I got enough attitude for it today.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Watch out.
I know, but it's just my problem with it is, and this is my problem, and I'm not saying guys should feel any type of way, but my problem with it is if Jeezy was still in the hood slinging rocks or whatever, she wouldn't look that nigga in his face. She wouldn't
Mm,
look in his
mm, mm,
direction.
mm.
They couldn't even be in the same room. But
What?
as soon as they get some money, then it's like the girl who held you down she's not good enough for you anymore. And to be honest,
Ooh.
that might be true. That might be true. But
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like she can take etiquette classes, she can get the media training, she could get something that
Mm-hmm.
would bring her up to snuff. But like I said, my whole problem with it is they get with women who wouldn't even look in their direction
Mm-hmm.
when they get
Mm-hmm.
some money. And
Yeah, think about
I
Kanye.
think that's my
Mm-hmm.
whole problem with it.
You know what? And
I don't
you
feel
made me think
betrayed, but
about.
that's my problem with it.
I'm sorry. I just want to say this real quick and then I'll hush. You made me think about something else that I was seeing throughout the different social media sites that I visited. Not social media sites, but the different websites that I visited. One other common thing that I saw was that she previously kind of made some comments that could have been taken as offensive, like regarding black men, and she was indicating basically kind of like that she fetishizes black men, and I believe she said like she kind of sees black men in a sexual way. She was indicating that she sees black men in a sexual way, but that
Well,
basically she wouldn't be checking for them on a marriage level. So that was something that I also saw
exactly.
mentioned.
Exactly. But then I recall a conversation that we had on this very show where black men said they don't mind being sexualized.
Yeah, I've heard men say that throughout the manosphere.
Yeah, so it's an interesting thing to me. It's a very interesting, this is so interesting to me. It's so interesting.
Well,
Because then but I guess because of our choices, we tend to end up in trouble because we become pregnant by
mm-hmm.
these men. And I think that's the
Right.
problem.
Yeah, because we carry children, so it's a little bit different dynamic when you look at us. But I even remember, I think when she first came out and was announcing that she was dating him and stuff, and she was saying basically that he had to win her mom over, that was kind of necessary for her, like how her mom viewed him. And she said like when he took her mom on this on a yacht that he had booked, and was kind of like taking them, they went on like this cruise, I don't know if it was the Mediterranean something, but like he had a private yacht booked and they like cruised and did all these things, and that's when she started liking him. Like that's when she was like, oh, he's a good one, keep him, kind of like even she was vocal about that. So I don't know. I think, I understand your point regarding women, feeling like when it's a regular guy, most black women don't care as much, or they don't care. However, when it's
You ever go
someone,
out, listen,
Mhm.
you ever go out and you see a black man with the other or whatever, and the woman is looking at you, like let's say the man checks you out a little bit and
Mhm.
then the woman is staring at you the whole, like what the hell, I don't want him.
You know what? Yeah. Let me tell you something. I notice every time I see, because I'm starting to see more and more, interracial couples. So one thing I see is the men, like, they don't even want to make eye contact. I don't know what my energy is but I'm telling you, like, the
You
men
got
almost act as
that
if
you're a
they
traitor.
yeah, like they kind of almost act as if they're embarrassed. And the woman, she kind of holds on tight, like she wants it to be known, like, kind of like, this
Bitch,
is
this
all
is
me.
my
And
man
it's
and you
like,
black
I ain't
ass
checking for
can't take
him.
him.
Yeah, type of thing. So I do notice that when we go out, it's almost like, the men, I don't know if I would call it shame, but they seem to kind of try to avert your glaze, and you kind of tell that there seems to be some uncomfortability there when it comes to the men.
Do you think they'll get to a point? Because I think they're getting to a point now where they're like,
Mm-hmm.
ha ha ha, I didn't marry your black ass.
They are. They
I
are
think
kind
they're
of
getting
like,
to that
you
point.
know what? I hear that more online, but I rarely see that in person. Like seriously, it's very rare that I see a man in person where he seems to have a sense of pride about the choice that he's made. I've seen this a few times, but more often than not, there seems to be kind of like and uncomfortability, and maybe it's my energy. I mean, sometimes you may be having the RBF and you don't even realize it, your face may be saying something.
Concrete, you don't think you be having an RBF going when you see?
It's possible because I'm a smiler. I'm very pleasant. I'm not like how typically they say like women are like scowling and stuff. Like I'm a
So
smiler.
you
I
don't walk
typically
around with RBF?
no, I'm not like that,
Okay.
but I'm certain that I'm not smiling when I see that dynamic. So it's possible that my face may be saying something that I'm not even aware of.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. We have somebody in the chat named
Mm-hmm.
Gabar. Said, oh yeah, let it come out. Ladies, we're listening closely. I hate it and I can't take it. And I just want to throw paint on them when I see 'em. Dude, it's not.
But you know what that makes me think about? Do you think that the men even care what, if the women feel betrayed, or if, the women,
What?
they feel a sense of
You
betrayal?
know
Do you
what?
think they
They
care?
care. They care, but not in the way that we would want them to care. They
What do you
care
mean?
as in, ha ha ha, bitch. If you had your shit together, we could have dated. They care as in, I finally escaped this wicked ass culture, and I finally have a woman who's worth my $37,000 a year. I mean, they care in that sense. But
Listen, I don't want to get to the point where Black men are flaunting it, that they are like and taunting us in a sense, like
get
type of thing.
ready.
Oh
It's
man,
coming.
look, I don't want to get to that point.
It's coming.
I just no, I'm not. I don't want to get
Honey,
there,
honey.
whether you
Crazy.
like it or not.
It's coming. We're
Yeah.
starting to see a little bit of it online.
Oh yeah.
The culture, that culture, and I shouldn't call it that culture, but interracial dating is increasing. And so being that men are leaving the culture and that they feel that the culture is bad and that it's a matriarch, they feel like, you know what, if I can get the best option and this was the best option, then so be it. And but especially if it was a woman who wouldn't date them at a younger age, or if it was a type of woman who they couldn't get a second look from, yeah, they can't wait to gloat. Like, ha ha ha
You know
ha,
what?
gotcha,
You're
bitch.
probably right, but see, in a situation, just going back to the example, the thumbnail, like that wasn't the case for Jeezy. I mean, he could get, pretty much most women that he wanted. You know what I mean? He had another woman that he was dating, and she was a light-skinned Black woman, but he was dating her for a while. And to my understanding from some of the comments, he had even proposed to her. So he could get he could get a beautiful Black woman that I'm assuming would be compliant. I don't know what it was that she had that the women in his past didn't have.
Fame,
Huh?
fame,
Fame?
status. She already came at a certain
Well, Keisha
level.
Cole had fame.
Yeah, but Keisha Cole family, Lord.
I mean, yeah, she ratchet, but she still had fame
I
and
mean, I don't think
status.
most people want to enter into a problematic family and status. And I honestly think
Mm,
that Keisha Cole's family was
mm,
very problematic.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I can say, sometimes like, okay, so everybody listening know that I'm not a proponent for the swirl. But sometimes you want to not like someone together. I can't lie, like, when I was looking up and doing my research and stuff, she seems to be very vocal about her love for him. She talks very positively about him. Like I've seen there was several videos that were posted where he was kind of like, it's almost like he was trying to introduce the Black culture to her mom, because they would be watching like Next Friday and he telling her what's gonna happen, and they're like, doing different things like that. But
Yo, shit was
she
fake as
seems to
hell.
really I know, but she seems to really be sweet to him, and I can't deny that.
Yeah, when you know you on live and you know somebody recording shit,
Yeah, and in addition, I'm certain that he
I sound
still has more
bitter.
fortune that she has. You know what I mean? What you say?
I said I sound bitter as hell, don't I?
Okay, so we switching roles today. Okay, we can do that.
As being a dominatrix, no, I'm kidding.
Look, okay, you starting some rumors. You starting them. Can't be mad at nobody but yourself.
Let me stop. Let me stop.
But I do think that with like just thinking about, I'm just gonna be honest and candid about my own experiences. You know, for the majority of my life, like it bothered me no matter the status of the man. I mean, I've gotten to a point that I just don't care. Like I just don't give certain things my energy, and that happens to be one. I still am against it, but I don't care enough to be trying to convince someone why they should date within their race, and this it's just it's exhausting. But back when I did care, which was for a large portion of my life, it didn't matter the status of the man. I just was like, oh, what is that? That's treasonous. How dare he? He's foul. He's a traitor. He's all of these negative things. But now it's just kind of like whatever.
Yeah. Don Calypso, you can go get Edward, and he don't scare nobody. I mean, he light skinned. No, I'm kidding.
But I was talking to my fiance about.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Oh, that was your son. I didn't know who you were talking to. I'm like, who is she talking to?
So go watch.
That's Solomon.
Yeah. Peace out, bro. Thank you.
My fiance asked.
Upstairs, please and thank you. You're loud. Thank you. Peace.
My fiance asked when I told him what we were talking about. Did that encompass? Because he said, because we said dating out. So when we say dating out, does that also encompass women? Does that just encompass women outside of the ADOS culture? You know what I mean? Like if a black man is dating an African woman, is that also included when we say dating out? What do you think, Danny?
Girl, I was talking. I didn't even realize I had myself on mute. I was saying that I don't think women get mad when we see black men with black women, period. I think it's just triggering when we see black men with others because, well, for one, hold on just a second. Hold on. Okay, for one, I would say, being that the ratio for men to women is much more in a man's favor, I think men it's an easier thing for a man to find a woman than for a woman to find a man. And then another thing to me is when men complain about black women interracially dating, when it's like, okay, well, we have less options. Why should you care? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think you do bring about a very interesting point. I think that definitely the numbers are in the man's favor. And especially, personally, I know men like to try to act like 90% of black men are the exception and only 10% of men are Pookies and Ray Rays, and that 90% of that good men are in abundance. They're not. So especially when we have so few good men, to see good men, competent men dating outside the race, it is kind of triggering. But to me, I find it just as problematic, if not more problematic, for black women to date outside the race. I don't mind dating interculturally. You can, if you're dating black people, but they're, of another culture, personally, you're still dating someone black, to me. But I did think it was an interesting question.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you ready to open it up?
Let's do the thing, child.
Let's get it popping, honey. Because I'm sure it'll be very triggering.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm ready because, first of all, men they're how dare you? You can't tell a man what choices to make and this, that, and the other. But, this is about whether or not black women feel betrayed. And we want to have the conversation and, kind of dialogue and people to feel free to, be vocal about how they feel about the matter. That's what we want to do.
Oh, Lord, honey. First, yes. Hey, Robert.
Hey,
Long live the habitual line steppers, honey. What's up?
Oh, gosh.
What's happening? What's happening?